Hello and welcome to the show. This video is going to be about Archie Andrews Betty Cooper, better known as Barchie, my number one OTP on Riverdale. Yes, Phallus, Shoni, fucking Jeronica. Girl, that is my shit. But Barchie, number one. Now, you might ask yourself, you're still shipping Barchie? Have you not been watching the show? Do you really think it's gonna happen? It ain't gonna happen. Well, you know what? You can keep saying all that negative shit. I can keep watching the show and thinking, oh, this ain't gonna happen. But you know what? In my heart, I still ship them. So, with that being said, why I'm making this video is because I hope she doesn't mind I say her YouTube name. Ugh, I never know. Like, if I feel so weird saying it, but like, I don't know. Oh, okay. Anyways, Chloe XX commented, and still no Barchie. Could you please make a video on Barchie, please? I really want that. And good video. I totally agree on what you say. Thank you very much. If you are watching this, which I hope you are, thank you very much. I actually really liked that RAM video I made of 408. It was like my best one yet, like my favorite one. Because that episode, honestly, I really, really enjoyed, like a lot. So yeah. So she asked me if I could please make a video on Barchie, and I'm here to deliver a 20 hours later, not even a day later. Wow, I'm doing somewhat good, you know? No. So therefore I asked on Twitter if anyone wanted me to talk about anything in particular, to which I got some replies. So let's go to the replies real quick. Okay. Also, why my lips look like this is because since it's a Barchie related video, I tried to do their colors. I found like this, I searched like, what are the colors for Archie and Betty on Riverdale? And like this thing came up where it like told you like the colors and the color scheme for every character on the show. And Archie's was like a lot of superhero colors, you know, his red, his red hair, his red jacket, the blue, the bulldogs, you know, that green underlining. So he has like those superhero colors. Betty has more of pastels and creams, like pinks. And I don't really wear pink. So I did a very light pink lip and then put some pink eyeshadow. And then over here, I did red with some red eyeshadow. And then in the middle, I did black because Betty, it represents Betty, represents Archie. And in the middle, it represents the black hood because they were connected to that. Also, it represents his mask, Archie's current black mask, and also it represents Betty's dark Betty side. So I thought it was, you know, I tried, okay? I can't do anything right, so I tried, you know? It looks stupid, but whatever. So I'm digging it. Imagine wearing this out. Hi. So I tried, guys, I did. And the office shirt. Yes. So let's get into this, shall we? I need to take a sip of my coffee, which is going to ruin my lipstick, which is classic me. Okay, let's get into this. So, let me answer the questions first, and then I'll get into my whole situation with this shit going on Riverdale. Okay, the first one is from Crystal. Again, I hope you don't mind if I say your name or anything. She said, why do you think they haven't even given any scenes of them together? What do you think is the plan for Archie and Betty? Okay, so now we know before season 4 started, Roberto was talking about how he wanted to start focusing on the core 4 again, start focusing on the friendships, and they start focusing on high school, you know, this is their last year. And watching the show, I see some of that, but then again, I don't. So it's kind of like, I don't like some of the stuff they say about upcoming seasons or upcoming episodes don't always match up to what they're saying. And I'm kind of like, what? Like, just say what it's about and let it happen. Like, you know, so okay. So basically, Roberto even said himself, first off, KG Appa said, now he said in front of people, he said, without anyone telling him to say this, he said it on his own accord, knowing that a lot of people were not going to be woo, but he still said it. And what he said is, Barchie is endgame, in his opinion. And can I just say, thank you so much, KJ, because that's one thing I will say throughout these 3.5 seasons, the one shining light for Barchie has been KJ. Not Lily. You think Lily would put a little something in there every once in a while. No, she doesn't. You know what? Whatever. Don't hold it against her. Keep doing your bughead. Keep doing your shit for, your real life boyfriend, even though this is a show and you need to keep personal out of your business, even though you mixed it already. It doesn't mean that you need to play that into the show, just saying. But yeah, KJ's our one shining light. Literally, he's the only one who keeps us with that hope inside. Like, he's the only one who honestly tells the truth. He doesn't say it just to keep fans having that hope or just to make fans happy. He says it because he believes it, and he doesn't care if other people don't agree. That's what he thinks. And I love him for it. Like, I love you, KJ, so much. Like, thank you so much. Literally, he is the captain of the Barchie ship. Seriously. Like, dude, you know what's funny? Is Cole Sprouse, before he started dating Lily, even was like totally Archie Betty #1. I like them together. I love them in the comics. I always rooted for him. And now it's like, since he's been dating Lily, it's like, oh, Bughead, Bughead, Bughead. And it's like, So, okay. Sorry. Okay, so why we haven't been given any scenes. So, like I was saying, Roberto said that this season it would be a disappointment to the show if, something along those lines, a disappointment to the show if we didn't at least show Archie and Betty together, as like a couple. Which sounds great. It really does. It sounds fucking amazing. Thank you for at least saying it would disappoint or not do the show justice if you didn't include Archie and Betty, considering they are the one true pairing of the comics. Like, it's Archie Andrews and Betty Cooper, literally. Those two. They end up together, they're happy together, all that shit. And I know it's not like the comics, but still, you need to keep some of the comic shit in there, like the main thing, Archie and Betty, Like, it doesn't even have to be romantic half the time. Like, it doesn't have to be romantic. It just needs to be friendship. I don't understand how we started season 1 with Betty and Archie best friends, and now we've gotten here to the point where I can't remember the last time they had scenes together, just the two of them. Honestly, the only time I can remember is when Archie was being buried alive by the Black Hood because he was going to shoot Betty. And I know there's other scenes after that, but literally that's the only one I remember of them two together for like a good amount of time. Just those two. And that scene was amazing. It was intense. I mean, he went in there because he was not going to let Betty die. No, no, no. Even if it meant he died. So like, and then they hugged, and it's crazy that I'm sure there's other scenes after that, but literally that's the only one that comes to mind. Because I can't think of another scene where it was just the two of them for longer than maybe like a minute. I mean, maybe tell me, I can't think of any except that one. And that one was what, fucking season 2? Jesus, we're in season 4. Like, someone put a picture of Archie, Betty, and Veronica at the dance in episode 1 of season 1, and then they put the picture of them in the lineup at the end of episode 8 of season 4, and it literally had me tripping out, because not only do they look so different, like, first off, they were so young in the promo in the first episode, but, like, not only that, it was tripping me out, because, like, I seen this picture, and then I see this picture, and I'm like, this is, like, an alternate reality. Because ever since season 4 started, it's been on a whole nother level of Riverdale. Like, it's completely past, like, season 1, 2, and 3 level. It's, like, on its own level. So when I saw these pictures side by side, I was like, wow, this is tripping me out. They have, like, so much has changed over the years, and it's like, we went from this to this, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, it just tripped me the fuck out. I was tripping out at these pictures. I don't know why. It was just tripping me the fuck out. But, sorry, I'm getting off my tangent. But anyways, so yeah, I personally think, now there is something I read that I want to, like, talk about real quick, because, hold on. I like what this person said, and I'm going to say who said it, because I'm not stealing it. On Twitter, at Archie Elizabeth's, it's Archie, and then it's Elizabeth's, so there's only one E, not two. Okay, so she said, after having a Barchie breakdown, I just realized that 4B will be focused on Betty, Archie, and Veronica being the suspects who killed killed Jughead. So it's just common sense that Betty and Archie will have lots of scenes together no matter what. Even when I lose, I still always win. Now, okay, so I completely agree with that. I guess I really never thought about it, but that is true. With this whole Jughead mystery going on, he's missing, he's dead. Archie and Betty and Veronica killed him because of Donna and Brett saying they witnessed it and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, I do see Betty and Archie having a lot more scenes because obviously Jughead's not going to be there if he's dead or missing, whatever it may be. So obviously, yeah, Archie and Betty are going to have a lot of scenes because you think about it, Veronica also has her own thing, but like they all have their own thing. But Veronica also has, her little, well, I guess she's trying to cut ties, but it's not as easy as you think. But she still has this ongoing fight with her dad, no matter what. He's not giving up that easy. She can say what she wants, as badass as she is and great as she is, and she will destroy him one day. As of right now, he is not quitting until he gets what he wants, because it's Hiram Lodge, and he will do whatever it takes to get what he wants, including probably breaking his daughter and showing her, you are me, accept it. I think that's just really what he wants. He really wants Veronica to be like him, exactly like him. He wants her to take his place when he, steps down or dies or whatever, retires, whatever he fucking does. I think he wants her to take his place, as opposed to Hermosa, who's just up her daddy's ass. Like, come on. Or her pappy. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. But, okay, so I really like what that person said, because that is true. Obviously, Archie, Betty, and Veronica will have a lot of scenes together, considering, they're suspects. But I do see Archie and Betty also having a lot of just one-on-one scenes together, at least I hope. Like, literally, if every scene with Archie, Betty, and Veronica revolves around those three, and we don't get at least 1 or 2 scenes of just Archie and Betty, like, just them two, I'm gonna be, like, upset. Because, like, seriously, if you're really gonna have Betty and Archie happen in season 4, you need to start this shit now. Like, come on. You haven't given us any hints. You haven't shown us anything that leads to them happening. I mean, you've only shown us Bughead super in love, Barchie super in love, them never breaking up. So, like, I don't know how the fuck this show is going to bring Betty and Archie to life. Like, yeah, like this girl said, with the whole mystery going on, it's going to bring them closer and stuff, and hopefully have a lot more scenes, just the two of them. But at the same time, it's like watching the show and also reading, like, before the show started, hearing everything that's going to happen in season 4, and now watching it, I'm kind of like, I just don't see how Betty and Archie are happening. And if they do, I feel like the writers aren't going to do them justice. Like, in my head, I feel like Roberto's like, oh, it would be a disservice to the show if we didn't at least explore Archie and Betty. And to me, coming from him, of all people, it's like, oh, we're going to explore Archie and Betty, but it will probably be for a couple episodes and then over with. That's kind of how I feel. I haven't given up on Barchie, but at the same time, I feel like when they do happen, the writers might not do them justice and might rush them and just be like, there you go, you got Barchie. We put it in the show. You're happy? Good. All right. That's how I feel, I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel like they're going to rush Barchie. They're not going to do him justice. And like, I'm disappointed. Like, literally, we're in the 4th season, dude. And for fucking almost 3.5 seasons, all we've had is Bughead and Barchie and Bughead and Barchie. I mean, we got Veronica and Reggie for a little bit, and then that was cut short because, oh yeah, Archie's back, so I'm going to choose And I understand, you're in love. I mean, Veronica does anything she can for Archie, Archie will do anything for Veronica. Same for Betty and Jughead. But at the end of the day, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, can we stop with the Bughead and Barchie and, like, all that shit? And if you want to have Jughead investigate all this shit, like, I don't mind Betty being a part of it. Like, of course, it's always good to have help. But, like, I like Jughead just investigating. Like, hello, you don't always need to include Betty in them investigating, because half the time Jughead does all the investigating and just shows it to Betty. So, like, I don't have a problem with it. It's just like, man, Jughead can do his own investigating. He doesn't need Betty always with them, I don't know. It's just like, It's just a lot. But what do you think the plan is for Archie and Betty? I guess I kind of explained it, but not really. So what I think the plan is for Archie and Betty, I mean, if the writers are staying true to what they say and Archie and Betty are going to happen in season 4, I, I just hope it goes about the right way. I hope it's done I hope it goes about the right way without hurting anyone or without causing tons of drama. Like, I just hope it goes the right way, like in the right situation, not like, oh, it just happened. And like, I don't know, I just want it to be done the right way. I want them to do them justice. I want them to explore it beyond a couple episodes. I really want them to fucking put as much effort into Betty and Archie when they get together as they did Bughead and Barchie and Shoney and Phallus, but mostly Bughead and Archie, because they promote them more than any couple I've ever seen on the show. Shoney they'll promote every once in a while, Phallus, but it's always Bughead and Veronica, or Archie, and it's like literally fucking A. Like, do you not have, I feel like they do it because they know that will get the most likes and retweets and all that shit, because they know how big the Bughead and Archie fan base is, but it's like, don't give a fuck. Like, I'd like to see a Phallus picture, because they're partners in crime, not fucking Veronica and Archie or Betty and Jughead. It's Phallus or Shoney. Hello, they fucking killed someone. Well, Tony killed someone, and then they buried the body together. So, like, who's really partners in crime? Betty and Archie, or Betty and Jughead just investigate, okay? But anyway, so what do I think the plan is for them? Honestly, oh, sorry, I got a burp. Honestly, I have no clue. I honestly have no clue where this show is going. Now, like the Jughead storyline, I'm loving it. I'm living for it. Of course, I want more of the Charles and Betty and then Chick included. Like, I love that storyline. But, like, where does Betty and Archie fit into this? I'm guessing maybe after the mid-season finale, when it picked, like, after the mid-season finale and then it comes back, maybe that's when we'll get more into, the whole mystery of everything and, like, of course, Archie and Betty and Veronica being suspects in his death and maybe seeing Archie and Betty, become closer as they try to, make people believe they really are the people who killed him, or make people believe Jughead it really is dead. I don't know, but all I know is it's going to be Archie, Veronica, and Betty under arrest or, being watched because they murdered Jughead, So I definitely think it's, like the girl said, going to hopefully bring them closer. I would at least hope so. And, like maybe work together. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. If Jughead's not dead, then how do Archie and Betty get together? Like, I'm just so confused because, like, if Jughead really isn't dead and they know this, then why would they even bother getting closer if Jughead's alive and she's just going to go back to Jughead? So, like, either he's really dead or maybe he's not and she just starts to feel things again for Archie and he starts to feel things again for her, causing, some, like, complicated things going on, complicated feelings, which leads to, Jughead coming back into the fold and him and Betty maybe telling him, about her and Archie, like how she's feeling. I don't know. It just doesn't seem plausible that if Jughead's still alive, Archie and Betty would get together when they know he's still alive, unless they don't know he's still alive, then that maybe could be the whole thing. And then Archie and Betty, get together not knowing he's still alive, and then he comes back and it's like, what the fuck do you do? If that happens, then she'll probably choose Jughead, so... See, it could go multiple ways, dude. It really could. This season, honestly, I don't know what the fuck. I really don't know how Betty and Archie as a couple fit into this season. But I guess we're only almost to episode 9, so I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen here. I don't fucking know. Hopefully, in the mid-season finale next week, we get a little something of Betty and Archie or something hinting towards them becoming a couple or them getting closer, something hinting towards something happening with them come after the mid-season finale and when episode 10 and all those episodes start. Now this one is from, this one is from Betty. It's not with an E, it's with a C. Andrews. And she said, hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Why do you think we've been getting absolutely no Barchie this season, but Bughead every episode? Do you think it'll stay that way? Okay, so literally, it turns off on its fucking own. Hold on, I gotta turn it back on. And I'm back. Okay, sorry. So basically, okay. So yes, we've been getting Bughead like every episode, just about. If not every episode. I mean, I don't even bother to count because I'm used to it now since like fucking end of season 1, into season 2, into season 3, now into season 4. Same shit. Now, why I think they could be showing Bughead so much is either they're just doing it because that's what they do every season, or they're doing it because, you know, the fan base, or they're doing it because Jughead really does die, so they're trying to get in as much Bughead scenes as they can, or they're doing it because they know Bughead's going to be breaking up and Archie and Betty are going to happen, which means they're trying to put as much Bughead as they can before they break up or whatever happens and she moves on with Archie. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking. But then again, it could just be because the writers know how popular they are. The writers favorite them out of everything in the show. They literally base so much around Bughead. You know, they post about him all the time, like I said. So it could very well be that. But I try to look at it as from a story point of view, you know, like writers should do, you know, work on the storyline the right way, not what the fans want. Because you sure as hell ain't giving no Barchie fans anything. I mean, the last thing we got was a kiss between them. How long ago was that? Seriously, come on. Not even any fucking friendship scenes. That's what gets me. Not even friendship. Like, literally, I haven't seen, like, any really friendship scenes this season. Of course, you know, like, Archie and Reggie had their little friendship scene. We have Archie and Mad Dog and stuff like that. But, like, where's these real friendships? Like, all I'm seeing are couples. Bughead and Barchie mostly, but then you see a little bit of Phallus, you see a little bit of Shoney, you know, stuff like that. But it's like, where's these friendships? Like, seriously, where are they? I don't see any friendships really going on this season or any friendship moments. Basically, it's just all couple moments. It's not any friendship moments from what I've seen so far, except for, like, Kevin and Betty and shit. Like, it's mostly couple-related shit, let's be totally honest, though. Okay. So do you think it will stay that way? Honestly, I hope to God not. I don't think it will because this whole Jughead mystery, we don't know if he's dead, if he's alive. I don't know. I don't really see them killing Jughead off. But then again, maybe Cole wants to leave, or maybe then again, that's the best for the storyline. But then again, you know, he is part of Bughead and it's a huge fan base. So I don't know if the writers want to do that, but let's hope they stick to, you know, what's right for the story, not for the fans. But, like, I don't know exactly if he's dead or not. So, like, yeah, so I don't know if he's dead or not. So with that being said, I don't think it will stay this way because obviously he's going to go missing at one point. Everyone's looking for him. Obviously his body's going to turn up. So I think there's going to be a lot of time without without Jughead in the mix. So I think there'll be a lot more Archie, Betty, and Veronica scenes and hopefully some just Archie and Betty scenes because, like, hello, you know, they're fucking in a lineup being accused of murdering Jughead, whether, you know, FP's in on it and he knows it's all fake and he's just playing along and stuff, it doesn't matter, you know, they're all in this lineup together. So you would think that would bring them closer, and then Jughead, I mean, Veronica, of course, he's close with, but he's always been close with Jughead or Archie and Betty for the longest time since they were kids. So I think they'll be brought together a lot more too, at least I hope, and that would make sense. But you never know with the show. Like, literally, season 4 so far is so far out there. Like, you know why I loved episode 8 so much? Is because it wasn't so much filled with drama. It wasn't all this crazy shit happening to every character and all this fucking possessed doll shit happening, and, you know, it just focused on their mental health, on them talking, on them unleashing everything that's inside them. Like, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed a simple episode and hearing them express how they feel and seeing really what's going on inside them and getting a look into why they do what they do or how they are the way they are. I love that about the episode. So, with Betty and Archie. So those were the questions. Let me make sure there's no more. Okay. So those were the questions. But basically, yeah, Archie and Betty. I have shipped them since episode 1, season 1. Forever will be my favorite scene is when Archie goes to Betty's house after she confesses that she has feelings for him, to which he does not. Well, he does, but he doesn't think he's good enough and all that shit. Because, and you can't tell me otherwise because I'm about to tell you something, but that is my favorite scene when he goes there. Those emotions, that realness, like, I felt it, and Betty's heartbreaking and Archie's heartbreaking, and you can just tell Archie loves her so much. But at that time in season 1, he just did not think he was good enough because he saw her as this perfect girl, just like later Jughead said, you're this perfect girl next door, you know, which she isn't, but so many people just see her as that. And that's what Archie saw her as, you know, his best friend, the person he loves most, you know. I mean, besides, like, his family, but, like, his best friend, you know, he loves the most, and, like, he doesn't think he's good enough for her, you know, and it was so heartbreaking and stuff, and what really got me is Jughead narrating, it wasn't one heart that broke that night, it was 2, which further shows that clearly Archie has feelings for Betty, he just, in his head, is not good enough for her, and never will be, so he's never going to act on them. So I really love that when Jughead says that. It wasn't one heart that broke that night, it was 2. Like, that was just the perfect thing to say because it just further solidified that not only was Betty heartbroken, but Archie was too, because even though in his mind he did the right thing, he still has feelings and cares about her and also feels horrible about, you know, doing this and possibly losing her as his best friend. So, like, that will forever be my favorite scene. But yeah, Archie and Betty, I've been with them since season 1. Honestly, I never will stop shipping them. Like, if you've been with me, you know I'm never going to stop shipping them. Even if they don't happen, they'll always be my number 1. I'll always love them and stuff. And, like, hold on. Sip of coffee. Yeah, Archie and Betty, I mean, we had so many times where there could have been so many great friendship scenes between them, so many great just any scenes between just the 2 of them, and we've gotten it little bits here and there and stuff, nothing super big. We got the kiss, you know, which was like just swept under the rug. We got the whole, you know, Archie looking through the window at Betty, Betty looking at the window through Archie, and the whole Jughead narrating, you know, seeing her for the first time and all that stuff. Never got explained like they said it was going to be explained. I never heard them explain it, so thanks a lot for nothing. But yeah, like, there's all these little moments that have happened over this past 3.5 seasons or 3 seasons that have hinted towards Betty and Archie happening, and yet nothing's ever come out of it. And now season 4, apparently something is going to come out of it, but how and when and for how long, and are they going to do them justice? I don't know, because so far I feel like we've just been shitted on repeatedly. Like, literally, I don't even think they care about any Barchie fans. I feel like they don't give a shit what we have to say, you know? And maybe whatever little thing they throw in there Barchie related is just to kind of shut us up or, you know, make us happy or whatever. I'm not saying that's true, but maybe that is the case. And I would hope not, because, hello, write for the storyline. You're a fucking writer. I could write this better than you. Half of us could write this better than you. But it's like, you know, I love season 4 so far. It's thrilling. It's intense. It's a little fucking out there. But at least now with the whole possessed doll being kind of explained, you know, or so we think, it's not so bad. But, like, this season is just so much happening, and it's like, I don't really know where we're going to go. I think after the mid-season finale, it's going to kind of die down in the sense of all this crazy shit happening isn't going to be the focal point come after the mid-season finale. Maybe that will be a little more in Jughead's storyline focused. Of course, they're going to still keep with the other storylines, but I think more after the mid-season finale and it comes back, I think that's going to continue with the whole Jughead storyline, more so than a lot of the other ones, but of course include those. So yeah, Archie and Betty, I'm never going to lose hope. It's just never going to happen. Of course, I don't know if I can always believe what the writers say and stuff. And it sucks that Barchies are treated the way we are treated. It sucks that we literally love the show, we support the show, and yet we can't seem to get one thing we asked for, which is just some friendship scenes between Betty and Archie. Because I mean, the show started out with them as the bestest of friends, and now it's like you wouldn't even think they're friends because they're barely ever together, just one-on-one. And even when they're together as a group, it's like, oh, they're just all friends. But like Betty and Archie are like best friends, more so than Archie and Jughead, more so than Betty and Veronica, more so than Betty and Jughead, or Archie and Veronica. Betty and Jughead have been friends, best friends since they were little, 4 years old. They've lived next to each other, and it's like we don't really see that anymore. So like I am just hoping for the best. I'm just putting it out there. Please, writers, do them justice. Please. I swear to God, if they wait to the end of the season to make Betty and Archie happen, I mean, as long as it continues on to season 5, okay. But still, if they wait till the end of the season to have Betty and Archie start to happen, I'm gonna be a little fucking pissed off. Because you're telling me I'm gonna have to wait another fucking, like 3 to 4 months just to see what happens when the season returns, season 5, if we do get it. Because I don't know for sure if we got a season 5 yet or not. Like, a long time ago, someone said we got renewed already, but I never seen anything that said we really did. So I don't know if we got a season 5 or not. So, like, with that being said, let's just say we don't get a season 5. How are they going to end this? Like, are we going to get our Betty and Archie? And it's not that I'm just worried about them. It's just Roberto himself said they're going to explore Betty and Archie because it would be a disservice to the show. So I'm expecting it, but I just don't know how to expect it and where it's going to come from and how it's going to happen and how long it's going to last and all that shit. At the end of the day, I just hope they do it the right way, they do them justice, and they don't just quickly, together and then like 2 episodes later not together, or they're together and then you rarely get any scenes of them, and then when you do, it's a little scene. Like, I just want, when Barchie happens, I want them to put as much effort into that couple on the show as they do Bughead and Barchie. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want, is for them to do justice. But the least you could do is give us some fucking friendship scenes. I don't know how hard that is for them to do, but apparently it's really fucking hard. And you could say, well, it doesn't go with the storyline. But yet, for 3.5 seasons now, Bughead and Barchie has went with the storyline. Bughead investigating has went with the storyline. Like, literally, there's so much repetitive shit in this show and so much stuff still unexplained that it's like, why can't we get Barchie? Why can't we get a friendship? Why can't we see more of them just 2-on-2? Why is that so hard for us to ask for? Why is that such a big deal? I love the show regardless. It's not just because of Barchie. I watch the show because I enjoy the show, and Barchie just happens to be my #1 OTP on the show, who I fucking love so much. And unfortunately, I've been disappointed. I've been let down, like many of us have. We've been shitted on. We've been told things that are going to happen or be explained, and they haven't been. So here we are. We're almost to episode 9 of Riverdale, which is the mid-season finale. Let's see what happens in episode 9. And let's see how it ends to continue on into episode 10 after the break of, I guess, January, and then it comes back February. I don't know yet. But, that's basically what I wanted to say about Betty and Archie. I'm sorry, I don't know if that, answered your questions, but for me personally, I think don't give up on Betty and Archie. Don't. You know what? Let them, make you feel like you should. Let those haters make you feel like you should. But do not give up on Betty and Archie until you yourself actually want to. Because you know what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We got to keep thinking it. It's going to happen. It has to happen. Let's just keep manifesting. It's going to happen. It has to happen. At the end of the day, we got our fucking belief in Barchie. We got our hope for Barchie. We love Barchie. We want Barchie to happen. Friendship, romantic. We just want Barchie. And at the end of the day, just keep going for that and keep talking about it and keep telling the writers and keep just putting out there, you know, where's Barchie and when are we gonna get Barchie, and you know, because it would be nice if some people answered some questions about like, what the fuck, how is this gonna go about, you know, like, because everything's so crazy now. I just don't know where it's headed. It's just so much. And so yeah, Betty and Archie, I love them to death. We'll never give up on them. I will be there. I mean, I literally will, they will be my one true pairing till the day I die. Even if they don't happen in the show, I still won't stop shipping them. I will still ship them even if they don't happen. Same with Veronica, which is probably never going to happen, so whatever. Maybe then Veronica and Reggie could happen. They were cute, dude. I like them. Like, damn, they didn't even give them a chance. Like, it was such a, like, just a little fucking, he was basically just like a little, what's it called? He was basically just like a little, he was like a stand-in until Archie got back, and then she got back with Archie, and it's like, ugh, Reggie could be so much more than that. And Charles really likes, you know, Veronica and Reggie together, and I do too. I wouldn't mind them together. Veronica and Reggie, Archie and Betty. That would be awesome. And then Phyllis, Shoney. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I think about Archie and Betty. Not giving up hope, no matter what anyone says, no matter what someone tries to prove me. I don't care. I am never giving up on them. I will be with them till the very end. And all I can hope is that the writers do it this season like they say. Like they said, Roberto, like he said, they're going to do Betty and Archie this season. Let's hope they do them justice the right way. They do them for a long period of time, maybe even to the point of endgame. And that is all I am hoping. And yeah, I'll just be sitting here shipping Barchie, Betty and Archie. And yeah, hope for one day they actually get together, or we get some scenes of them, and, you know, give us something, dude. Like, damn. But anyways, yeah, that's what I want to say about Archie and Betty. Do not give up hope on them, dude. We got some ways to go, you know. We got this. Just keep on holding on a little longer, you know. Don't give up yet, dude. It could happen any given time. You don't know when you least expect it. It could happen. But yeah, Betty and Archie, in my head, I'm going to say I'm believing they're going to happen. And that's all I want to say, because I don't want to get further into it because I've already done that. But Betty and Archie will happen. They will. They will happen. How they happen, if they happen in the right way, if they're done justice, if they last, we'll see. But they will happen. We just have to keep holding on hope and just keep fucking supporting and representing Archie Andrews and Betty Cooper, Barchie, because we got this. And no matter what anyone says, we are here to fucking stay. There are more of us than you think, and we are not going anywhere. We are here to fucking stay. And yeah, Betty and Archie forever. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm doing the peace sign before I'm literally even like clicking out. But like, let me go get this. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that's kind of what you wanted to hear and stuff. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to go.